This is our mini Op-Eval of the Torqeedo electric outboard motor. After many years of hard service, our old Tohatsu 3.5 horsepower two-stroke outboard is looking pretty shabby and will need to be replaced pretty
Thank
soon.
you. I like that on video.
So in early 2013, I got a hold of Scott from Ruckmarine in the San Francisco Bay Area because we were planning to take Guenevere there. We met Scott in person at the Sail Expo in Oakland and talked to him for quite a while about the electric outboards, and he graciously agreed to bring one over to where we had our boat at the Oakland Yacht Club and let me test it out. I think I was pretty honest with Scott. You know, I told him up front, our little Tohatsu 3.5 with just me and the portaboat will plane the portaboat. So my discussion with him was, if you bring it over and I try it and it planes the portaboat like my 3.5 did, you won't have to take it back because I'll buy it on the spot.
Because the motor's...
Oh, it's a cable car.
No, the motor's at the bottom. The motor's in the water. The motor uses the...
Is this the long shaft?
That's a short shaft.
Oh, okay. Wow, it's deep for a short shaft.
So the... all that's really going down there is a sealed tube with the cable to the motor.
And then that... Electricity.
Right, and that's just a fairing that you see around it.
Got it.
Okay, let's see. All right, so you remember how that goes on?
Yep.
That's 9.9 pounds, to be precise. That locks on with this pin.
Yep.
All these things you would want tethered, right?
Yeah.
Through the hole at the top. Snaps in there, like that. Okay. That's your kill switch. So normally that would be off and, you know, hooked on here. Yeah. If you or whatever. Goes on there. Big cable first. Motor cable first. And what you want to do is, like anything, kind of put it on, sort of rotate it until it... Get it in the right place. There you go.
Cable next.
Small cable next.
So do you have different battery packs you can put, or...?
No. It's an integrated battery, but you can get a spare battery. Right? So I'd say about 50% of the people that buy this motor get a second battery as a spare. Keep it charged, and then you always have full power.
What about charging this with solar panels?
I actually brought the solar panel if you want to throw it in the boat and try
Do you
it.
have any clue as to how long it takes to get a full charge?
It takes 10 hours. If the battery were fully depleted, it would take 10 hours to charge it with the solar panel.
Okay. And how many watts is it?
45 watt panel. But it does charge while you're underway, so it's continuously charging even if you're operating the motor. So you're always getting something out of it. You're putting 45 watts in while you're taking whatever you're taking out.
Yeah.
So you remember what we talked about. Full throttle is bad. I mean, you're down to 30 minutes if you're going to run this thing wide open.
Yeah.
So.
They make a more powerful one, but you got to put a Group 31 battery in the boat. So it's like the idea is that it's light for me. I can throw it in the aft cabin.
Yeah, and then more powerful. You just need more time to recharge it too.
Yeah.
So,
This is the most convenient way. There's an on-off button.
Right there?
Yep. Just kind of push and hold it. There you go. It's got a GPS built into it. So it takes a second for the GPS to get its signal.
Why does it have a GPS built into it?
Well, because monitoring your power consumption, a big part of that is the power consumption versus speed. So you always want to know if you're not going any faster. Like, let's say you're on a boat that's behaving like the display. I don't know if you guys can see it. Top line is the battery capacity, so that's at 100% right now. Okay. Go down to the bottom. The bottom line is the input power to the motor. That's actually the most important number. That's telling you how much power you're drawing. It's a 1,000 watt motor. So that's the highest you're going to see is 1,000, but that's what I was saying before. That means limited range. You want to keep that number down as low as you possibly can to get the boat moving at a reasonable speed. The next number up is your speed, GPS, over the ground, not through the water. And then the next number up is taking all that information and calculating your remaining range at your current power setting.
Should have had life jacket on.
Should have a life jacket on.
Should have a life jacket.
Okay, hold on. Okay, by the way, this is not recommended. This is all I had handy. I use a poly line that floats, and I would never use this for real, so.
They
Like
won't hold it
Siemens.
against you.
Yeah.
It's a brave man pushing off that triangle.
It was actually running.
No, I know.
It's okay.
You know, I'm thinking, Vic, if you could integrate that into like a bow thruster, you could drop down at the right time. There's a little hole in there.
Hey, folks, we're
Are boats thinking about
There were
I saw a
two-
boat in Coyote Point that had a trolling motor on the stern. You could get down again.
two folks showed up at the show planning to do that.
Really?
Because you can lock the motor in a fixed position so it doesn't steer, and there's a remote throttle there. So you don't have to use the steering.
Yeah.
So you can just have your poundage transfer, and the bow thruster pick it up or down when you want, and then up when you're driving or wherever you're driving, turn it forward, reverse, left, right.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Well, in the words of an old TV series, it was this close. I really hoped it would plane the boat. It did not plane it even at the highest throttle setting. It came very close.
Yeah, you can see how with the wind push on it.
It really does.
Look at our little hovercraft.
George Jetson. Little bubbles should be coming out.
After over an hour of deliberations, I just decided that the Tahatsu will probably have another year, maybe 2 left in it. So I think I'm going to wait and see if they come out with a little better, a little more powerful one. But I'm pretty convinced this is probably the way we're going to go sometime in the future. And I wanted to thank Scott for his generosity of bringing it over. And I told him I'd keep in contact with him in case we decide to go that way later
Air code
on.
45 is the same code you would see if you hit an obstruction. And